great. So I'd like to give, we can go back and forth. I'd like to give you some new affirmations that you can use,
Okay.
and you can repeat it back. Today, I choose to live in the present moment.
Today, I choose to live in the present moment.
I choose to live in the here and the now.
I choose to live in the here and the now.
I will not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about it. Actually, I don't like that one, so that's my one. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. I think I've done that with you before.
Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better.
Today is going to be a great day.
Today is going to be a great day.
I feel like $1,000,000.
I feel like more than that.
Whatever, buddy. Say what you want to say.
I feel enriched with love and abundance.
Oh, I love it. See, you're making it your own. I feel enriched with love and abundance. I feel positive and optimistic.
I feel positive and optimistic.
I'm going to read a couple other ones here. I always win because I am a winner.
I always win because I am a winner.
I always succeed because I am success.
I always succeed because I am successful.
Yes. Doors are opening for me.
Doors are opening for me.
Big opportunities are presenting themselves to me every day.
Big opportunities are presenting themselves every day, and I am ready to take action.
Yes. Okay. We'll do a couple. I have the powers. I have the power of belief.
I have the power of belief.
I have the power of perseverance.
I have the power of perseverance.
I have the power of commitment.
I have the power of commitment.
I want to pick one. I have the power of faith.
I have the power of faith.
I have the power of taking action.
I have the power of taking action.
Everything always works out for me.
Everything always works out for me.
Beautiful. Do you want to add any more?
No, I'm good.
Okay, good. So last week, we're going to just do a recap. We talked about the shape of your story, that U shape, where you start with your credentials and you have the, who you are, and then you go into the call. So like, I'm Jewana White, pause, known as the fill in the blank.
Okay, I didn't add the credentials.
Well, it's okay. So let's practice this first. The first part was just your even part of your elevator pitch.
Okay,
so start with your name.
This is what's happening. I keep getting confused with what I'm supposed to be doing.
All right, so I don't want you to be confused. So the elevator pitch is when you have just a minute.
Right. So
and you're going to say who you are, your title. Yeah.
Right, but it's all supposed to lead into the story. That's how you want to do it?
Well, it doesn't have. If you only have a minute, you're not going to have your whole story. You're going to just have your elevator pitch. So if you only have a minute, you're standing up at a chamber meeting. You're going to say, "Hi, I'm Jewana White."
Okay, right. So that's just where. Okay,
just so have that alone, pitch. So that I'm known as the
midlife resuscitator
of you, and you can even say of You Factor Wellness if you want to add in your company name, and that's because I am known as that because remember.
Right. So, okay. So now, but when you want the credentials, you want that with the story.
Yeah. So
longer form story.
The credentials can be your beginning of your elevator pitch. So tell me let's go over your elevator pitch.
So my elevator pitch was, I believe, Jewana White, the midlife resuscitator. No, I didn't start with
I'm known as the midlife resuscitator.
Wait, I'm just trying to get it in my head real quick, what I had written down before I go look for it. But
I have to find your phone. Doing some of this from memory right now.
I'm sorry?
I said we just moved, so I don't have your file in front of me.
Oh, okay, no worries. No, I have it. I just didn't feel like looking for it yet. But it
Okay.
was
So why are you known as so the answer, first you're telling your name, your title, and then why you're known. I'm known as the midlife resuscitator because
right. So um
I help you, I serve. What do you do that gives you that credential? You help, remember, we help women, but I remember mind, body, and spirit, or physical, mental.
right. I'm right.
So I want
So
to hear you say first who you are, and then your story. So the phrase that you can use to transition from your credentials to getting into your story is, but it wasn't always this way. So, for instance, someone just wants to know who you are. You say your name. I'm known as a midlife resuscitator because, and why is that? Because you revive. Tell me what would you say?
right. So all right. So hi, I'm Jewana White, the midlife resuscitator. Jewana White, also known as the midlife resuscitator, reviving energetic wellness. Why? Because this is what I had to do to myself, was bring myself back to life. I created a unique CPR, connecting, processing, and releasing old versions of yourself to renew, bring a radical rebirth to who you are. And my mission is for women to understand their value and their purpose in life.
Okay, now that's a lot that you just told me. It's a lot. I'm wondering if we can make a little simpler, because, so start again, would you mind? I'm known as the
Right, so
midlife.
that's what I don't know. How much do you want for the elevator pitch? You just want like one line, hi, I'm Jewana
So
White, also
I'm
known as the midlife resuscitator.
I'm known
Oh,
as, you don't have to say also known as, just I'm known as the midlife resuscitator because, and then I want to know why, what have you done? You've helped women, because before we get into your own experiences, you're known as that because you've helped women revive mind, body, and spirit. I mean, that's basically
I
what you
don't think that's what I wrote.
know.
No,
Tell me what you wrote, please.
I don't think so.
Go ahead. This was from our beginning sessions.
Yeah, let's see.
I remember you had said physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Before we get into you're known as the midlife resuscitator because you've helped, served other women, reviving or healing them emotionally, mentally. You don't have that down on the worksheets?
I don't think this, I have had, I'm the midlife. This is not it. Empower individuals to unleash their hidden potential and thrive in every aspect of their life.
Yeah, well, say that again. You can say it louder. Right, that sounds
I
good.
said, this is something separate though, but I specialize in empowering individuals to unleash their hidden potential and thrive in every aspect of their life. That's
That
what I
sounds
would
good
say.
too, because I've helped. So it's showing the benefits. The
Right.
point of your title is to show how the benefits will relate to your title. So if you're a resuscitator, you're helping bring light, resuscitate is to bring life back. That's what it means.
Right.
So you're known as the midlife resuscitator because what do you do? You want to say it again? I want you to be clear.
Right. I'm just looking for where I wrote down what we did.
After our session today, I can go look up in your file my notes, and I think it's also on the.
Hi there, Jewana, the midlife resuscitator. I've dedicated my heart and soul into creating a transformative CPR program designed to revive energetic wellness on every level, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually.
Okay.
My purpose is to empower women to reconnect with their true essence and thrive in every aspect.
Okay. 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 So then when you finish the what you've done, which is, and I want you to speak it slowly, like you were saying it like you're just reading any ordinary words. It's really important when you speak to speak with energy and with enthusiasm. You know, you were not saying it like you were excited.
Well, right now, Lynn, I just want to get it down. And then
Yeah.
once I
Okay.
get something down, I could give you excitement, but I can't give you
Okay.
excitement when I'm learning it.
Okay.
Like right now, I'm
Sure.
trying to piece it together. And
Right.
until I clearly understand what each one is, then I could give it to you with excitement,
Okay.
enthusiasm, and everything that you want. But
Okay.
right now, as I'm learning it, I cannot
Okay.
give you that right now.
Okay. Sure. So
So I just want us to get it down packed for what am I presenting as an elevator pitch? Then is that enough? Is that too much? And then going into the story.
right. So the elevator is perfect for doing a short, minute of who you are, right? And then if
Okay.
someone wants longer, then you are going to go into your story. So the elevator pitch, the point of it is to introduce people to who you are in a memorable way. That's why you want to give yourself as Women Prosperity Network, we call it a moniker. Moniker basically is just your title. That's what you've got that. And then you're known as that because, and that, so for instance, I'm the story empowerment coach because I've helped difference makers attract a six-figure donation, double their memberships, and attract thousands of followers through helping them create, tell,
Okay,
and
so
share their
that's where
stories
you
online.
wanted me to write.
Yeah, so it's the because. So the reason you are the midlife resuscitator is because you've served women, helping them revive their energetic wellness. As long as people know what that means, that's my only question. Will they know what energetic wellness? I know what it means. Or would it be, I'm asking you, and maybe you want to ask some other people besides me, will they understand energetic wellness, or would it be clearer to say, I help women um, experience wellness at a mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual level so they can live fully and, which I call energetic wellness. Just to make sure they understand it. And I've developed my own CPR program to help women.
All right, so you're saying, okay, hello, I'm Jewana, also known as the midlife resuscitator. I've
Because,
dedicated my heart. Also,
and I
go
want to know
straight into
because,
because.
right, I want to know, why are you called the midlife resuscitator? Before you talk about dedicating your life, I want to know why you're called that.
So go straight into because.
Right, because, tell me why.
Yeah, I can say I've dedicated my heart and soul into
Well, just tell me first the because.
reviving. What?
Reviving.
Just give me a second. I'm trying to write this
Yeah.
out. I've dedicated I don't move that fast.
No, what I'm saying
It
is you
just
don't
is.
have to say dedicated. You can cut that part out. For right now, I want you to tell me what,
But okay, just let me just because I
okay, from midlife resuscitator because.
to revive. All right.
Because think of it this way, if you're standing up at a meeting, you might only have 1 minute, so every word is important. And you can work on being concise with the because.
So, hello, I'm Jewana White, also known as the Midlife Resuscitator, because I've dedicated my heart to revive on every level, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually.
Who are you serving? You just said because I've dedicated. So who? For who?
So to revive women,
Women, and
okay,
women in their, now you have a specific age, right? Women in their middle age, or do you want to specify that?
I've dedicated my heart. I really didn't want to specify
Then
women
don't.
because
Oh,
I
you don't
don't
want to
always
specify
want to,
women?
I don't,
Okay, that's
well, I
fine.
don't want to just say women because eventually I don't want to just pigeonhole myself into only helping women, because eventually
Okay.
I wouldn't mind male clients.
Okay, that's fine. This is your business. I'm just helping you clarify your story so you can attract more clients. So I'm known as the midlife resuscitator because I help rather, I mean, I think that I dedicated my life will be
Dedicated my heart.
my heart and soul
Well, I
to,
don't have soul. I said I dedicated my heart to
okay,
revive women on every level, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually.
okay, but you just said you don't want to limit it to
Well,
women.
I'm still writing it out. That's what I'm telling. Like I got
Oh,
to
okay.
brainstorm, Lynn.
All right. I don't think it, okay, so whatever
That's
feels
like, can
right.
we brainstorm?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
why I'm here. I mean, so what in the past have you found it easier to attract women more than men?
I'm okay with putting women in there right now so we
Okay.
could get this done. So
Okay.
I don't
All
want
right.
to
So
dwell on
let's
another
go
thing.
on. So you're go ahead, finish it. Let's say it again.
Right. So hello, I'm Jewana White, also known as the Midlife Resuscitator, because I've dedicated my heart to revive women on every level,
Beautiful.
mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually.
Beautiful. And as a result, you have examples of people who have appreciated what you've done, right? I mean, you've had, as a result, I mean, if you wanted to throw in some benefits, people have experienced, because of your Reiki and massage. I mean, do you want to add in any of the benefits that
See,
as a,
that's what I'm saying. I didn't think that was part of an elevator pitch. I
well,
thought that was more part, because when you say 60 seconds,
mm-hmm.
I didn't see that. So you want me to add one woman feeling depleted and undervalued, discover her inner goddess, and embarked on a journey of self-redesign. Another on the brink of divorce found renewed strength and clarity, ultimately saving her marriage and finding genuine happiness. So all of that's part of the elevator pitch.
So what you want to do is condense what the benefits are because people will remember the story more than the facts.
Right. So
So
those are the two testimonies that we have went over, and kind of that's what we came up with.
yeah, so one is divorce, say it again. The first one was, what was the benefit for her?
Well, when she decided to go to school and every door opened for her when
Oh, that's right. Okay. So she was revived with emotionally, right? Was it emotional?
no, we came up with, that's what I'm saying. She was feeling depleted and undervalued, discover her.
Okay.
This is what we came up with
Yes, I'm
before.
listening. So
Um,
one woman who felt depleted and undervalued was able to gain. So let's turn it around to the benefit. She was able to gain confidence by applying um, for school. I mean, applying for wasn't it nurse? I forgot was the position.
right.
She was able to get accepted. She was able to gain confidence, get accepted in a program that she didn't think she could do before. So we just want to keep the nugget. One person went from being depleted and undervalued to gaining confidence and achieving admittance into a program that she didn't think she could do before. Another woman who was contemplating divorce through your program was able to get a clear picture of her marriage and um, resolve issues. I think, wasn't it
Right.
that
Ultimately
were
saving her marriage, found
right,
renewed strength and clarity, and ultimately saved her marriage.
right. So that's powerful. But if you don't have a lot of time, then you just say is here. So for instance, I'll just take an idea, offer an idea. So I'm known as the midlife resuscitator because I've helped clients go from not feeling depleted and undervalued to achieving success in their career. And it helped another, on the emotional level, another uh, client of mine was facing a divorce crisis and was able to gain resolution and save her marriage. I've helped, I'm known as a midlife resuscitator because I've been able to help women mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually or however you want to say, reviving their energy so that they can achieve success in their career, in their home life, in marital issues, and also feel better physically. So I just sort of condensed it, feel better. But, and then if you were to have more time and, if you have less time, then you just say, if you want to learn more, go to my, website or whatever, imagine you have an opt-in, go to youfactorwellness.com and you can schedule a strategy session with me. If you have more time, and someone might say to you, if you're being interviewed, so tell me, how did this start? And your story is after you say that little nugget about who you are and what you do that brings benefits to your clients. You notice I wove in what you did. You're reviving women mentally, in every level so that they can have more harmony in their marriage and have greater success in their career and even feel better physically. So boom, 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 like 1, 2, 3 is a magic number. Then the phrase to use if you're going to your story is, but it wasn't always that way. Pause. And so you basically establish your credentials up here so that they know you have helped people revive themselves energetically at all levels, but it wasn't always that way. And then we're going to dive into the 4 steps: the call, the pit, the search, and the breakthrough. And those are basically bullet points of your story, that it wasn't always this way. The challenges you went through even in youth. And
now, how long should that be?
So really, that's a great question. And it really depends on how much time you're allotted. So if you're doing an interview, people like to have back and forth conversation,
Okay.
But like when I do an interview, I usually do a 30-minute interview, between 25 and 30 minutes. And I find out, what would be the main points people would like to bring out during the interview and come up with like about 5 questions. And one question is always, tell me, and you'll always get this usually, is tell me about yourself.
Right.
And so you want to think, that's where you use your elevator pitch of who you are, but they already know you're Jewana White. I'm known as.
Right.
And why are you known that? Because I've dedicated my life to helping people at every level of energy, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, so they can achieve. And I've helped clients achieve satisfaction in their career, going from being depleted to fulfilled, to their marital situation and having harmony, to feeling better physically. And now I want to do even more and reach a bigger audience. And that's why I'm here today. So I've said it in a short way. And then you pause, because an interview is an interchange.
Right.
Because I once did an interview with a man, he had everything written out, and I have to say I was disappointed because he barely let me get a word in. Like he had it all written out. Like this is supposed to be a conversation. So if someone says, well, tell me more, Jewana, but so then that's where it wasn't always that way. And I was raised in, what I was going to say for homework is even to look up some TEDx talks. You can even Google, women who are in mental health, or I can certainly give you some TEDx speakers. Listen to what others say as they present themselves.
Okay.
And I can, as I said, I'm happy to give you some examples. And so what people relate to is the struggle. Everybody has some struggle in their life. And if everything was perfect, you lived a perfectly ideal life. You lived in a castle and you were fed bonbons and you didn't have to do any work and you were given millions of dollars. And now you want to just throw out a few crumbs to people who might need a little help.
Right.
So it's like, oh, she doesn't need me. So then that's where you say, I grew up in a home where it wasn't ideal. It started out fine, and then when you open yourself up with, my father got into drugs and was becoming abusive.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, how should that? Because I wrote out something for that already, but I don't know
how that would roll out.
Right. Like how deep do you, how long should it be, or in that sense? Like when I recorded it, it was 5 minutes.
Okay, well, that's okay. I mean, depends again on how much time you're given. So in TEDx talks, they can have 15 minutes or 20 minutes.
Right. No, I understand what you're saying, but like when you usually get what I'm thinking
Interview.
is the main conversation points, I should be able to pull out a story from each of those conversation points. You know what I'm saying? So like they might ask me a question about my pit or about my call or about my breakthrough. So how long should each of those be where I can pull out a 5 minute conversation maybe from each one? You see what I'm saying?
Right, right. So I wouldn't worry about the exact amount, the timing. The whole thing is the flow of the whole story, and keeping something concise is good, but then you can always bring out more, you know? That's why I was condensing what you said about like the woman who felt depleted and, you know, so she felt depleted and undervalued, and she went from that to being confident in career. I didn't go into every little point.
Right.
So for you, you know, you can be summarizing or be concise about each of those steps. Um, and the point is the breakthrough of what you're able to offer people now, because people want to know the struggles of what you went through and the realizations, the lessons you learned. So that's going through the search, and the breakthrough is how you able to really heal yourself ultimately, right? That you
Right.
now you're recognizing the importance of healing people at every level. Because if we just focus, and that, I mean, those could be another question. If someone says, you know, what are the words of wisdom you can give to others?
Right.
You know, so like I had back pain, and I was addressing the back pain for a while and not recognizing that there was an emotional root to it.
Right.
And you know, maybe you had some physical, I forgot now, your own
Right, but that
physical.
would be something that's pulled out as
Right,
opposed to something that's
right,
in the actual, right, okay. That's what I'm kind of asking is like so what
right.
I put together should be, it's only like 5 minutes is
That's
what I'm
fine.
saying.
That's fine.
Right.
You know what? I
So,
mean, you're not going to, because you're not having a lecture. And if you were, I mean, if you were, someone were to say, we want you to prepare a 30-minute talk, then Jewana, then you are, you know, you're the only one and you're not being interviewed, then you would bring out even more details.
right, okay. But it would be about those same points that I
Yes,
probably
yes, yes.
mentioned in the
Bring it out,
story.
and you want to include as many senses as you can. You know, seeing,
Okay.
hearing,
Mhm.
smelling if there was something cooking and, you know, what was happening.
All
So,
right, so let me read to you what I've
yeah,
written so far, and then you
great,
can critique that.
great. Does that help? Are you more clear now on
I
what?
am.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you were doing,
So,
if people are hiring you for a talk, they're going to tell you, Juwana, we want you to give a 10-minute talk.
right, and then I just make it that.
Exactly.
Right.
And you
Okay.
still can follow the same framework. This book I was showing you, I'm going to just point out something that I was going through. And it was talking about a story skeleton, which is what we're really doing here is the
Right.
skeleton. And so here, story skeleton, this person, woman with troubles. So it's just the bullets. Visits a friend, gets advice, goes home to try it out, finds herself in a cave, meets the keeper, sees the bundles in the cave and on her shoulder, chooses a new bundle, finds the bundle on her other shoulder, returns home. I mean, I don't even know the story, but she mapped out the main points.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. You can use your framework now, your blueprint, to map out the main points. Before we start, I want to point out the importance of your tone, your voice, your body as you're speaking. And I know you're aware of this anyway, but I'd like to just relate a short little story in this book called The Language of the Body. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Take a minute. And it's from a story. The language of the body. Who is more important? A very long time ago, when all the parts of the body were just beginning to get together, they gathered for a conference. They were trying to decide which was most important. The eyes were the first to speak. They said, "It is clear that we see into everything. We recognize what is coming. We are the ones who perceive the truth." Said the ears, "We are more important." "You, what about me?" said the mouth. "Everything comes through my door." "What about me?" said the nose. "Let's face it," said the sexual organs, "if it weren't for us, you wouldn't be sitting here at all." On and on went the debate. The different parts of the body argued amongst themselves for long days and nights. Finally, all the parts were exhausted. Then they heard a voice that seemed to come from very far and also very near, inside all the other voices. They recognized it as their own, and yet not their own. It whispered and also thundered within them. "My brother and sisters, have you forgotten my pleasure in your existence?" This was the voice of the heart speaking. "How can we exist without any one of us?" All the other voices knew that what the heart had spoken was true, and they were filled with joy and peace. Isn't that nice? So when you speak, the reason I brought that up says we could consider the one thing that's the most important. As the heart and the story tells, we are all connected. The body acts as one. The language we use, body, voice, and word, and let it come from your heart. That's what makes you different than an AI robot,
Right, right,
because people now, I saw, you can hire someone to speak your story, but it's not you. And that's what people are connecting with. They're connecting with a real person.
right.
Okay, so go ahead. I'm listening. What's
Okay.
your story, Jewana White? Tell us.
Well, I
Hi.
don't have it all what
It's
you
okay.
probably expecting. So,
That's
hi
all right.
there. Oh, wait a minute. This is not it. I moved it. What did I do?
Well, you can speak to me just from your heart, too.
Okay, where did I put it? I
Well, the
found
more you practice, the easier it gets.
right. Okay. So I guess we would start off with oh, I need to put that on this sheet then. Okay.
You could start out with your story. You've already told me your elevator pitch, so tell me more about yourself.
So it would, okay, so this is what I have written out so far. Picture this, a little girl with big dreams navigating the wild roller coaster of life with a front row seat to her dad's drug-induced schizophrenia.
Wow.
Yep, that was me. As a kid, I had a front row ticket to the ultimate reality show. Growing up with a dad who turned from Mr. Rogers to the Hulk in the blink of an eye wasn't exactly a walk in the park, but hey, it built character, right? I longed for stability and security, where yelling was reserved for the roller coaster, not my living room. Fast forward a few spins around the track, there I was, all grown up, following in my mom's footsteps as a Long Island Railroad conductor. Choo choo, all in the name of keeping the family on track while secretly derailing my own dreams. But somewhere between punching tickets and dodging meltdowns, I lost sight of one tiny detail: me. Yep, I've become a pro at juggling everyone else's happiness, while mine was left chilling at the last stop. It wasn't until I faced that harsh reality of my marriage being destroyed that I realized the extent of my own neglect. Turns out, pouring in everyone else for my, turns out pouring every ounce of myself into creating happiness for others doesn't leave much time for your own spotlight. Despite I found myself unchosen, undesired, and unfulfilled. The words I had to hear, I know what it takes to make you happy, but I just choose not to do it, echoed in my mind over and over again, shattering the illusion of the life I had built. So there I was, face to face with the mirror, giving myself, that regular pep talk. Hey, you got this, you can do this. But enough was enough. I made a pivotal decision to choose myself. It was a radical act of self-love, a declaration that I was worthy of happiness, fulfillment, and abundance. As I embraced my self-worth, I hit the brakes on that people-pleasing train and hopped on an express of self-love, trusting in the wisdom of my own intuition and the guidance of my inner voice. Nowadays, I'm all about spreading good vibes and empowering women to reclaim their inner voice. I stand before you, a survivor of life's craziest roller coaster ride. Through the ups and downs, the twists and turns, I've discovered the secret sauce to happiness: choosing yourself. Even when the world seems to be determined to derail your plans. I've traded in that conductor's hat for a crown of self-worth and embarked on a mission to help women like you unlock your sparkle, unleash your potential, and live your best life. It feels good to finally punch my own ticket of happiness. So here's the deal, my friend. Life's too short for the roller coasters without seatbelts. Let's buckle up and embark on this wild ride together, because when life throws you a loop-de-loop, sometimes all you can do is throw your hands up and scream like you just don't care. The time has come to step into the light of your own greatness, to shine brightly as the radiant beings we were all meant to be. Because when it comes to writing your story of your life, we're the authors, the directors, the leading ladies, all rolled into one. And trust me, it's going to be one heck of a blockbuster.
Oh my gosh, Jewana, why did you stopped? You muted yourself.
I was trying to get back to the
Oh
screen.
my God, Jewana, that's amazing. That's fantastic. It's so poetic. It's so beautiful. You brought in the sound, and you brought in the picture of being on the train, and you brought the whole thing back with the roller coaster from the beginning to the end. Wow. I thought this is powerful. This would make a great book. Certainly an article. You could publish that. I'm glad we
I'm
recorded
trying
it.
to get my story down, Lynn.
Oh my God, Jewana, that's gorgeous.
Okay, good. So what do I do now? So
Oh
now I
my
do
God. Are you an English major or anything?
no, I just been working on it since.
Oh my God, Jewana, that is really, really beautiful. So first of all, I want to give you the recording. You can use this for so many things, not only on your website, but you can use this when you're for interviews. You can use this for a TEDx talk. You can transpose, transcribe this, so you have the words and have it as an article, and it could be actually in sections like part 1, part 2, to be continued, where people, I'm not kidding. I mean, really, it could be part of your blog. Wow, it's gorgeous. And I wouldn't just say that. I wouldn't. I mean, your story is a wow. Wow.
Okay.
You rolled everything together so beautifully.
Thank you.
Really. I mean, really. You put everything together. You covered it all so smoothly. And I love the reference to being off track, derailed. Oh my God. It was
Okay, so that's what
magnificent.
I have to practice. Is that
Wow. So yeah, so I would you asked me great questions. So first of all, um there's a lot that can be done. I mean, you could, as I said, we can transcribe it, have it as pieces of articles.
okay.
Do you have your website?
I'm still
I know.
That's always a work in progress.
I know, me too. Well, but I'm just saying that this would be a really powerful about me, your story.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
So
in your
I would
website.
put that on the website?
Yeah, yeah, and you can also, I mean, we recorded you. When this recording is done, you know, it records two ways, speaker view and gallery view. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it
Oh,
does it. So like right now I see you in gallery view, or you and
okay.
me, but it also records in speaker
Speaker.
view. So when you're speaking, it'll
Oh,
just
it's
have
only
you on
shows
the
me.
screen.
Right.
Now, I mean, you had to pause.
I have no makeup on.
Oh, I don't care. Oh, it
The
was
one day I say, listen, Lynn is gonna see the raw Jewana today
you're
because I'm not putting on no
beautiful.
makeup, no nothing.
No,
It was one of those days, but
no,
I
you're
wanted to get
beautiful. Oh, Jewana, you're so
this work
beautiful.
done. Thank you. But I'm glad that that came out good. So,
Oh, it's not good. It's great. It's
oh, thank
amazing.
you, Lynn.
Oh my God, it's so powerful. Oh my God. I mean, you could, so here's a couple things, and there's a lot to talk about. Um, like I've done video interview shows, and what people are also doing now are podcasts. So you don't
Right.
have to worry about even how you look, you know. So we've recorded this, and I
Okay.
was being careful not, I didn't mute myself, I didn't say anything. So you can also have an audio transcription of this.
Okay. Yeah.
So you can, what's great about recording is you can repurpose your content three ways. You can make it video, you can make it audio, and you can make it as a print piece.
Oh,
You know, the
okay.
stages of Jewana's story, you know, be
Okay.
in the beginning, you know, in the middle, at the ending. And I that ending was like, wow. So the only thing I would add to it is
Okay.
the call to action. But I mean,
Right.
it's beautiful. So the call to action is if you're someone who feels like you need help in finding
Mm.
yourself and living your fullest life. Look, I know what you're going through because I've done it myself. See, they can relate to you now
Yeah.
because you
Okay.
told your story and you see the difference between the elevator pitch. If you have 1 minute at a chamber meeting, you're not going to
Right.
have time to do all that, but you
Right.
can at least give people your title and why you're called it because you've helped people. And you know, you could say I myself have gone through major upheavals, and because of that, I'm able to help others, you know, heal with their career, with, you know, I've helped another client with their marital situation
Right.
and with physical, and I'm here to help you. So if you want, you know, so that's
Right.
short.
So that would be to add the call to action to it.
Right. So
Okay.
in this case, in your story, and again, I don't know all the rules with TEDx talks because I haven't done one.
Right.
One of my heroes, and I'm happy to give you her links. She goes by the name of Grandma Sparky, you know,
Okay.
Elise Bridges. She's the founder of Blue Ribbons Worldwide. Did I
Oh, okay.
remember? I think I honored you. I'm pretty sure I
Yes.
must have.
Yes.
Yeah, so she went from a broken marriage where she didn't feel loved to wanting to commit suicide. And
Hmm.
so when she does her TEDx talk, she doesn't say it all the time, but she has used that to relate to kids because I found out through her that youth suicide is the second leading cause of death among kids,
Mm.
which is tragic.
That is
So
tragic.
yeah, so when she says to them, not that not everyone has to contemplate it, but when she says, you know, my story is I went from not being loved to thinking about ending it all, and I was down on my knees, and she said,
Right.
and then she heard a voice, and the
Wow.
voice, so she tells her story, and the voice told her, you're going to write a musical, and you're going to change people's lives, and so that changed her. That was like her
Mm.
pivotal moment.
Moment.
And so now, because of her vision to honor people, that Blue Ribbon has honored over 50 million people around the world in 12
Wow.
languages. So you don't have to be at that point, but the point is you have gone through your stuff and
Right.
now you are able to help others and you want to do even more. And so then the call to action is, you know, to come connect with me,
Right.
get, and maybe you have, I don't remember now if you have any tips, or you can create that, you know, we can create, you know, your top 10 tips for optimal wellness, or top 7 tips, or something
Right,
to
right,
living your best self. And this comes from Jewana's heart.
right. So I would say your 4 essential ingredients. I'm getting
Okay.
ready to change it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have, it's the same 4 thing I have now, but it's gonna be your 4 essential ingredients.
You are such a good speaker, Jewana. You know that. You must know it. You spoke so
Thank you.
well. Oh my God. I'm so glad we recorded this. Oh my gosh, it's just beautiful.
Thank you. Nah, I gotta practice. I only did it one time before we met
It's
today
great.
with me
So
practicing, but I didn't even go to Momentum today because I needed to finish working on that. That was my
I
homework.
understand.
I'm like,
Well, now you know what. Well, and I'm sure they recorded. They were talking
right. And
today
that's what I
about.
figured I could go, or I could go at 6 because we were
Yeah,
meeting earlier.
that's true.
But
So they're talking about the tag, your name,
so
your
I'm being
title,
coached on that
and
anyway.
yeah, and
So,
more. There's wow.
right.
Yeah,
So,
and so that was really, really beautiful. So as far as homework, because we're now, I mean, it's like, wow, the time
right. Yeah.
races. I would practice it, to if you feel comfortable, but I mean, because when you do this, you maybe have bullet points, but you don't want to read something.
That right. I just want to get comfortable with
Yeah,
it.
so you
Okay.
might just put some bullet points. But I loved how you used the roller coaster analogy. Wow, because that's emotions.
Right. Right.
I would practice, I would continue doing, some practices like the affirmation meditations every day, visualization, the savers.
Right.
Um, what I there are a couple things that, as far as moving forward. So one thing I don't remember. I think I had you draw a circle. Tell me if I did or didn't. I feel like it's been so long because we were moving a circle where you put, in the inner circle, that's you, like your passion, like what your why.
Oh, okay. No, we didn't do that.
So have you heard of the man named Simon Sinek?
No.
Sinek. So what I'd like to do, and I know when you have a chance, I'd like to identify a couple people for you to listen to their TED Talk,
Okay.
because you'll get ideas. So Simon Sinek wrote a book, best-selling book on power of why. We talked about, well, I know I asked you, like, why do you do what you do? Remember last week?
Right.
And it's
Right.
because you've experienced challenges that you want to help others so they don't have to go through that. So if
Right.
you had a circle, the inside circle is the why. And then if you made a circle around that circle, so why, then you can do what,
Oh,
what.
okay.
So then make a circle around that circle, and then write the word who. Why, what, who, like, who
Oh,
do you serve?
okay.
And
Just
then another
those
one,
3?
no, then another was where, what,
Oh, okay. And then where?
why, what, who, where, and when is right now. But
Okay.
why?
Let me put when is now.
So I have to, but basically, your why is really strong. I mean, you want to heal people
Right.
in every way. I mean,
Right.
that's and you and then and so what you do is you do heal people in every way, and the who is who you serve and where, so that could be online and in person,
Right.
you know, and that's basically, I mean, in journalism, there's the who, what, when, where, why, and how. And how, we didn't put in how. So who, what,
Usually I learned from don't ask the cursed hows. The universe figures that out. We call
oh,
them
yeah.
cursed hows because then when we start
Oh, never
asking
heard of it.
how, there's no direct plan. You got to allow yourself to be in the present moment. So when we
Yeah.
ask ourselves how, we're looking for a mapped out plan and we're not allowing ourselves to be in that present
Oh,
moment.
I didn't think of it that way. I was just thinking in terms of how do you help? So you help people.
Oh, how
learn.
do I help? Okay,
That's
how
what I
I thought
meant.
you meant like how am I gonna do it?
No, I meant how
Okay.
you help people with coaching, and you have events.
Oh yeah, well, right. So how I call that empowering them. How do I empower them?
Yeah, how you do it.
Yeah. Okay.
And that could be one-on-one or group,
Right.
hands-on
Right.
or
It's one-on-one or group. Really,
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
whether
that's what I was thinking.
yeah, one-on-one or group.
So I'll send you some names of people to listen to, and I want you to
So far, I
practice.
got Grandma Sparky and
Sparky, her last name
Stymie
is
Cynic.
Bridges,
Oh,
Bridges.
say that again.
Her last name is Bridges, Bridges.
Okay.
Her first name is Helice, Helice, but she goes by Grandma Sparky Bridges. There's another, I
Grandma
forgot.
Sparky Bridges.
I know. There's a whole story behind that.
Yeah.
There's a woman I heard speak. There's so many good ones who she was, I have to find her name again. She was a neurologist, I believe. She was like a brain consultant. And since she had a brain, it was an aneurysm or tumor, all of a sudden she could not speak. Like her brain,
Mm.
and she knew she was in trouble. But when she picked up the phone, her voice was like,
Wow.
she couldn't get words to come together. And she tells a really powerful story about being able to get her brain back so that she could actually communicate again. I mean, imagine. And I
That's
forgot.
crazy. Yeah.
I forgot. You might even do your own Google search of top TEDx speakers, so that you can,
Okay.
or you can also look for top TEDx speakers in, in your field, which would be energetic wellness,
Right.
and
Okay.
explore, because I think you'll get ideas from them.
Exactly. Okay.
All right, here I'm going to stop the recording.
Okay.
Wow, I'm so